I think I'm so super hyper and I'm go crazy and I am, and that's true. But it's so funny because I look back, it's like I had so much more energy. Like even a couple years ago, whatever, I feel like I'm falling apart. Someone was hanging out with me, and she was making a joke during the break. She's like, all these people think you're so hyper and crazy and stuff like that. And I see you sitting around playing video games so lazy and tired all the time. Huh?
It's true.
You got to talk to the mic. You got to talk into the mic. You got to get close to the mic. You're going to say something. All right. See? She says it's true. She's making fun of me when hey, but I can rally. I do my thing. Do I not work hard?
Yeah, you're a really hard worker.
Now, what did you say during the break? You said something nice about me.
That you are tired all the time.
Not that. We already heard that. Fine. Hey, you got to recharge.
Yes.
Go ahead.
That you are super talented. You have great qualities, and that's it.
Wow, I must have paid her a lot for saying that. You know, the thing of it is, Dave, it's like what's so funny is it's like, you know, one of those times, and maybe you feel like, I don't want to put words in your mouth with your wife, Cammie, and stuff like that. It's like, man, you know, to be in this business, you have to have a big ego and a big mouth, and I certainly have that and whatnot. But it's like, you know, you think like you might think you're great, you might think you're good, and everything like that. But then you come across a woman, you're like, dude, how did I end up with this? Like, how did I get lucky? Did someone like give me the wrong one, and maybe like you kind of got cut in line or something like that?
I've always had this theory, which is you're walking down the street and you see JDV walking down with Salma, and you think to yourself, why in the world is she with him?
Right.
But then you realize when you're walking with your wife or whomever that somebody across the street is going, why in the world is she with him?
That's, you know, exactly. That's the thing right there. It's really crazy. And no, I mean, I tell you, I'm very lucky. There's no doubt about it. And the thing of it is that, you know, here in America, you know, sometimes, and we've said this, and Paul and I mean, look, I love a lot of money. I love the bling. I love the flash. I love all that type of, you're looking good, this and that, blah, 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 all that type of stuff. But Paul and I, we grew up really poor and stuff, and you know, there's tough times right now all over the place. I mean, you got right here in Modesto Beach, Stanislaus stuck at 16.2% joblessness. I mean, Las Vegas, 15% unemployment. There's people that are losing their homes, or you know, their families. Everything is like really crazy. And the thing that we've always loved the most is people with, you know, hardworking ethics, you know, intelligence, great values, the whole 9 yards. And I tell you, you know, I'm super lucky. Salma's got that in spades, and it's really incredible. I mean, this woman just is out of control. Cooks, cleans, does everything. He'll speak 7 languages. I'm like, dude, just watching you makes me tired. Slow down. It's unbelievable. So I'm very, very blessed, very lucky, and hopefully I won't screw it up. But, you know, you never know with me. Hey, I want to talk about this. Enough about that. I want to talk about this UFC fight. We got a heavyweight championship fight here. Now, Paul, people are going crazy for Cain Velasquez, and I like Cain Velasquez a lot. But, I mean, I don't see any way that Brock Lesnar loses this fight. And I think that a lot of people are so just against Lesnar that they just are dreaming up this Cain Velasquez victory.
I agree with that. And I just want to finish up a point that I was making before the break. The second thing I was going to say to the listeners need to be aware of with the Senate. One is the Disclose Act. The other thing is the left wing is going to try to possibly change the filibuster rule. What that means is right now you need to have 60 people that will let a bill come to debate, let a discussion go on before anything gets passed. But right now what they're trying to do is make it so it's just a majority, 50 or 51, 50 with Joe Biden as a tiebreaker.
It reminds me of the whole court packing thing that FDR did. Yeah. It always seems that these leftists want to change the rules of the game when they can't get it done their way. It's all about power and just shoving their progressive agenda down our throat. We're sick of it.
That's right. And here's the other thing. We can't talk about the UFC until we mention that the San Francisco Giants could head to the World Series if they win Game 6 tonight.
Woo! How exciting is that? First of all, let's talk about that. See, now you got me rolling right here. It's so it's sports. Dave, you're not okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing.
You want to talk exciting sports?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm not saying anything right now is because Texas is getting their butt kicked right now, and I'm afraid that we will too tonight.
Dude, I love Texas. They're getting smoked right now. He's an Okie, bro. He's for Oklahoma and all the situation. I love it. And there's been some classic matchups between the, hook 'em horns, the Longhorns there, and Oklahoma. I mean, you can't get better football than that.
Back to your fight.
All right, sorry. The whole thing, I get fired up. But here's the thing. The Yankees, every year they try to buy off, and rest in peace, George Steinbrenner. Every year these guys try to buy off the World Series, in my personal opinion. They think they can throw the money out there. They don't care about the salary cap. And these New Yorkers act like they just deserve a World Series every year. When they thought they really had it, when they beat Texas in that first game, and they snuck it over there, and Texas just punked them out with pitching they couldn't deal with, Paul.
They were terrific last night. The first time that the Rangers have headed to the World Series in about 50 years of their existence, and we're thrilled about that.
We're super thrilled about that. And now here's the Giants. Now the Giants they were up, and now it's 3-2. They go back to Philly, but people think that the Giants are going to pull it out. We could have a situation here where it's the Giants versus the Rangers for the World Series. How exciting is that?
That would be terrific. I think a lot of people would be happy to see that instead of some of these other matchups. Look, the Phillies are tough, and you got the last 2 games in Philadelphia, so this is far from a done deal. But I like the Giants. I like them a lot.
Okay, so let's focus on I agree with you. Let's focus on the UFC right here because we got big matchups. We got Tito Ortiz versus his protege, Matt Hamill. Now, Tito Ortiz didn't look good the last fight, but if you looked at that weigh-in, and we've got a video up on Conservative New Media on YouTube. Go to YouTube, type in Conservative New Media. I tell you, Tito looks ripped. This is the best shape I've seen him in a long time. The guy looks very fit, not quite as bulky. I think he's going to be ready to go. And then we've got Jake Shields, local hero Jake Shields, who was the Strikeforce world champion. Now his first fight in the UFC, they've got him up against striker Martin Kampmann. And I think that Jake Shields should win this fight pretty easily by taking it to the ground. But you never know because Jake Shields looks a lot leaner, a lot smaller. And then, of course, we've got the big heavyweight fight and that matchup. Handicap these fights for me.
Tito looked great. It's all going to be in the weigh-in. It's all about his cardio. His cardio was awful the last time out. He must improve. So we're going to see that. I agree with you. Jake Shields did look a lot leaner than he has in the past, but his wrestling should carry the day. And I've got Brock Lesnar taking Cain Velasquez out.
I think Brock Lesnar is just going to literally run over Cain Velasquez. I mean, here's the thing. I like Cain Velasquez. I give him a lot of respect. He's got huge endurance, great wrestling, okay striking, a lot of heart, undefeated, everything like that. Here's the problem. You're facing Brock Lesnar, a bigger, stronger, faster, more explosive, meaner version of you. And, Cain's got good striking. Yeah, Brock Lesnar sat there in 8 Shane Carwin shots. Out-wrestled Shane Carwin. Who's the better wrestler, Carwin or Cain Velasquez? Brock Lesnar, who was the NCAA Division I heavyweight champion, or Cain Velasquez? Who's stronger? It's not even a question. And you saw it in the weigh-in. Brock looked tight. He looked ripped. He looked mean. He was ready to go. He had the beard going. He almost looked like Grizzly Adams or some Viking warrior. I expect him to pull out a club and smash Joe Rogan over the head or something, and do that line from Conan the Barbarian. Yeah, and all that type of stuff. I just don't see anything can happen. It's a heavyweight fight, but I don't see what Cain can realistically do here. I don't understand these fans that are really jonesing on him to be their savior. And in fact, Brock has said this is his best training camp ever.
Look, we respect Cain Velasquez. Great story. Would be the first, Latin American UFC heavyweight champ. I just don't see it. Brock Lesnar looks awesome. He's just getting better and better. He's highly motivated. Watch out.
Watch out. We're going to cover tonight. Of course, we're going to have explosive reaction videos. We already have a preview video up there and the weigh-in video. Everyone's got to jump on YouTube and type in Conservative New Media to be able to have your voice heard. This is it. This is the big fight that everybody's been looking at. It's going down tonight in Anaheim with the UFC, and we're going to cover the whole situation.